fruits, the first. Why? Because God is the first. Why are we going to give Him the leftovers? I do it too. Like if I have bills for the end of the month, sometimes, you pay for this first, you allot for this first, you have a money for this first, you set aside something for this first, and sometimes you forget, God is saying first. You give me first. And if you think that the rest will not cover the rest of your bills or anything that you will pay for, He is there to supply for it and to provide for it. He wants to be first in our lives today. Month of love, He has to be the first love of our lives today. If there's someone who we want to please, if there's someone who we want to give all our best, it would be the Lord. If there's someone who are the love of our lives, it should be God first. So it's important that we give our first to the Lord. Amen. Pastora Guada has shared this before. I don't know if she has shared to you before about the four things you expect when you're giving your best first fruit offering. And any special gift that you want to give the Lord, there are 4 things you can expect. The first one is treasures in heaven. The earth, sorry, but the earth ends soon. What it is that we're doing now is just practice for the eternal lives that we're going to live in. If we keep on investing on the earth, it will gonna end soon. It's gonna fade soon. It's not gonna last for eternity. What matters is our lives in eternity. So you will gain treasures in heaven. Where your treasures is, there your heart will be also. Number 2, future provision, so you can give again. Imagine, it's not just a one-time thing. We want to make it a yearly thing that we do for the Lord. I want to set aside something for God. I want to honor Him with this special gift that I want to give Him. Just saying I'm entrusting my future to Him. It's the beginning of the year because after February, the rest of the year that goes by. It's just saying that I'm setting aside something for the Lord right now because I know God will provide for the rest of the months to come until the whole year has been finished. So, future provision so you can give again. Your giving will help meet the needs of God's people. What we give, the special gift that we give today, will be used for the ministry, for the progression of the kingdom of God here on earth. So that we can preach. Some people, I used to be really shy. I don't know if you would believe it, but I used to be really shy. And so I'm giving because I know somebody will be bold enough. I'm resourcing. I'm giving the resources to that person who's bold enough to share Jesus. The reason I am here today is because of a BFF, a best first fruit offering. So, it's meeting the needs of God's people. And the last one, your giving, your BFF giving will cause people to thank God. Dapat itong number 1, no? It will give thanks to God. It will glorify God. People will know the Lord. People will come to the Lord. People will be curious about the Lord. That's what we want. We want them to have the kind of life that we're living right now. We're not living below. We want to live above the circumstances. Heaven on earth. We're not even in heaven yet, but we're experiencing heaven on earth experiences here whilst we're still living. Not even eternal lives. God will show His wonders. God will show His miracles. God will show great and amazing things in every dimension of our lives today. Amen? So, ABC, what's letter A? Guess. Adoration. Good guess. It's not adoration. The first thing. What's letter A? You're gonna help me to preach today. It's a question and answer portion. What's letter A? Attitude. Why attitude is the first? Why do you think attitude is the first? We're all given free will. Free will. Bakit first ang attitude? Because we're given free will. We're not like robots that got one click of his finger, we will all just empty our pockets. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You can pray. God, I want to give. God, I want to give. God, I want to give. And you're not convinced. You can pray for it all your life and still not give. So the first thing is attitude. Your attitude. Why am I doing it? Why am I doing it? Your attitude. I could stand here and talk about BFF all afternoon. But the response will be coming from you. Yes. Make up your mind today. Yes. Resolve today. I'm not gonna give God less. He knows what we are capable of giving. We cannot hide from the Lord. We cannot mock God. You cannot, yeah. You know what happened to people like those? Priscilla and Aquila? Did you know what happens to those? Who knows the story? Who knows the story of Priscilla and Aquila? They are workers of the church in the olden times in the book of Acts. Yeah? They were asked to give their BFFs. They sold their money. They sold all their possession. They didn't give it. They set aside for themselves. They were greedy. Because who will know? Who will know? I wouldn't know your best. Sister, I wouldn't know your best when you give. I wouldn't know. But God knows. You know what happened to them? Died on the spot for lying. Because you cannot lie. We cannot hide from God. Again, what you're going to give is not gonna come from you. Your face is like, oh, I wanna give, I don't wanna die. I wanna give, I don't wanna die. But I'm counting my money right now, but I don't think it's good enough. God will give you the amount. Please, don't be afraid. God will give you the amount. Attitude. Attitude. Resolve today. Decide today that you're going to give God the very best. Yeah? 2 examples in the Bible that I can think of who has given God their best. It's David and it's Mary of Bethany. You know the story of David? He is the man after God's own heart. There is let me just... So, people who's not very familiar with the story, you can read it in 1 Samuel chapter 16 and 1 Samuel chapter 24. So, David, the story of David. 1 Samuel chapter 16 and 1 Samuel chapter 24. I like the part in verse 24. Can we show it, Pastor? 1 Samuel chapter 24 verse 24. Hindi pala pastor, pastor's wife. Sister Grace. Second po. Sorry, did I say first? I stand corrected. 2 Samuel 24 verse 24. So, the story is Aruna, yeah, he wants to buy a land from Aruna, and Aruna said, I'm just giving it to you for free. Yay! For free. I'm giving it to you for free. But what did David say? What did David say? The king replied to Aruna, no! I insist on buying it. For I will not present burnt offerings to the Lord my God that have cost me nothing. Attitude. Attitude. I will not. I resolve. I stop today I resolve, I stop today. I will not give God anything that costs me nothing. No burnt offerings, but the best offering that I can give to the Lord. Second person, Mary of Bethany. Who is Mary of Bethany? Remind me. I forgot. Huh? Nagpour ng perfume. Yeah, you can read that in Luke chapter 10, verse 38 to 42. John chapter 11, verse 1 to 44. Am I saying it too fast? Luke 10, verse 38 to 42. John 11, verse 1 to 44. John 12, verse 1 to 7. Yeah. She has a sister and a brother. Yeah? So, older sister is Martha and brother is Lazarus. She is the quiet one. She is the simple one. Martha is the one that's very assertive. Martha, she is like the spokesperson of the family. She's very assertive. She's very quiet person. I'm sure she's very timid because she's just quiet. She only does things when she's being summoned. She only does things that are really simple. Of all the brothers and sisters, she is the simplest one. And yet, attitude, the oil that she has poured on the feet of Jesus. How much was it cost? 1 year salary. 1 year salary. Attitude. Because God knows, God will enable her, God will supply her to give what is due the Lord. Everything comes from God. We just needed to have the heart to respond to the Lord, to have that attitude to give for the Lord. Attitude. So, I testified yesterday that before I came here, I had a vision. Pastora Guada was preaching. I was sitting in the congregation. She was preaching last Sunday. This was last Sunday. And she was saying the word fullness. And I have read it before. When you're full of the glory of God, you overflow with so many things. Great and amazing things just happens, comes out of your mouth, comes out of your hand. You just do things beyond your limitations and expectations. So as she was preaching, I saw a vision. And I saw myself in Madrid. It's like a confirmation. I saw myself in Madrid. I saw myself with our brethren that are here today. I saw myself crying. I saw myself people crying. And God is just, this is a foretaste of what I'm going to do. So attitude is stepping up to the challenge. Because I wouldn't know if it's real, if it's gonna happen, will it come true? I don't know. But attitude, I will give my best. I will give my best. Nothing less. Nothing less. My all I'm gonna give to the Lord. Yeah? So, our airfare, usually if you're a visiting pastor, your airfare, your flight payment, is subsidized, is being paid by the church. So, JRM London is going to pay for my flight. And Pastora Chai, she is our pastoral staff and she's the finance officer in the JRM London. And she's asking me, Pastora Tery, please reimburse. I know you've already paid for your flight, so please reimburse, give me the amount so I can reimburse you for the payment that you have paid. And in my heart, I said, oh, why? I want to give my best beginning with the flight. Something, yes! Nothing less. Because I have a great God. I'm not great, but I have a great God. But I'm just stepping out. This is just my heart, right? So I said, I'm gonna pray for my friend. I'm just gonna text her in the morning. I read her message at around 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, she said, please reimburse. I want to reimburse you. Blah blah blah. So I went to sleep. I so tired. I was from work. I went to sleep, and I didn't manage to send her a message to say that, no, don't worry. I want to pay for my own airfare, and this is my best first fruit offering for the Lord. I woke up the next day. Her message to me, a sister in Sister Liza, a message is part of my DG as well. I woke up the next day. Her message was at 12:35 in the morning. Her message was, God spoke to me. God spoke to me, and God said, pay you your airfare. Pay you your airfare. I haven't even said to pastora child that I'm gonna pay. Ay, hindi ko pa nasasabi, heart pa lang. Nasa puso ko pa lang. It's just in my heart that I wanted to do. Yeah? Hindi pa siya action. Yeah? It's just in my heart. Nobody knows about it yet. It's just me and the Lord. In 12:35, from 10 o'clock, 2 hours, God spoke to someone and said, sister, God spoke to me, I will pay for your airfare. How would she even know that I'm paying for it when it's the church that pays for it? Amen. Shall we give a clap of praise to the Lord? So why can't you not give your best if we have a God like this? How come we not give our best if we have a God like this? A, B. What's B? Best. Best. Good answer. B. B. Believe. If you have an attitude to give, yeah, and then believe. Once you've declared it, once you have said it, you cannot take it back. I'm sorry, Lord. 10 o'clock in the evening. Okay, God, I will pay for it. 10:05. I'm sorry, I have a bill. I have to pay this first, Lord. I take it back. I take it back. Believe. You have got to believe. Yeah, tell the person sitting right next to you, you have to believe. You have to believe that God is able to do it. Because He can. Raise hands. Raise hands right now. How God has helped you in the past. Raise hands. Raise hands here. How God provided in the past. Raise hands. Right now. Raise hands. How has God been faithful sa inyo? Never left you, helped you, healed you, freed you. Lahat na lang tayo, save you. Lahat na lang tayo, nakataas na yung kamay mo. Diba yung parang, the saving love of God. And you don't believe? Sometimes that's it. Celebration. You celebrate for the victory, you relax. Because God has done it, it's enough. God has shown this to me, that is enough. No! 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 God is able to do great and amazing things in our lives today. Yeah? So that we can display His amazing power in our lives today. A person that comes to my mind when talking about belief is, of course, starts with the letter A. Abraham, his belief. He believed in God so much that he will kill his own son. We're not talking about physical things. This is a person. This is a living person. And this is killing. God is asking too much. God is asking you to do something that is beyond and far from His morals.
that is against his loved one and his family, breaking so many rules, but God asked him to offer beyond. This is belief. You know what he says in Hebrews? Can we put it on screen? Yeah? He says in Hebrews chapter 11 verse 17 to 19. Hebrews, read the whole chapter of Hebrews chapter 11. Talks about faith. Belief is faith. Believing without seeing. Belief is, I will believe if I have a proof. No, that's not belief. Belief is, I will believe even if there is no proof. Yeah? Okay. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 17 to 19. It was by faith that Abraham offered Isaac as a sacrifice when God was testing him. Abraham, who had received God's promises, was ready to sacrifice his only son Isaac, even though God had told him, Isaac is the son through whom your descendants will be counted. He would have questioned. He firstly said to the Lord, your descendants will be as many as the stars in the sky and as many as the sand on the sea. But then God is asking, this is my one and only son. My wife is barren. I don't have any other son. I have other sons from other women. But this is my one son from my wife. So he didn't even question. But you promised, I'm going to be the father of many nations. He didn't even question. He just did it. Believe. Because I believe in God. Yeah? Believe. And then it says here, Abraham reasoned. Ito ang reasoning niya. Ito yung sabi niya sa Panginoon. Ito yung belief niya. Ha? Abraham reasoned that if Isaac died, God was able to bring him to life again. Because I'm serving a miraculous God. If He asks me to kill, then fine, I will do it. If He promises that I'm going to be the father of many nations, He will do it. Believe. Believe. Believe today on our great God that we serve. Yeah? Amen. God was able to bring him back, and in a sense, Abraham did receive his son back from the dead. He wasn't died. There was a ram. There was something. Yeah. In the end, Abraham sacrificed a ram, and Isaac lived, and now we're here. We're all here. We're learning about their story. Believe. Believing is without seeing. When you give your best first fruit today with an attitude and with a belief that even if I give my all, like that widow in the temple that I was talking about yesterday, even if this is my last money and I will not have anything for tomorrow, even if I die as I step out of this temple, I don't care. I will give my God even my last money. I will empty everything to Him because I know who He is. I know how He loves me. I know how He takes care of me. Letter C. Letter C. Oh, tapos na tayo. Wow, 5 minutes. No, just kidding. Letter C. Letter C. Confess? Di po. Nice answer, guys. Wrong. Courage. Nice answer. It's wrong. Decision is letter D. Okay. So the alphabet is A, B, C, D. C. Simeon, I heard it. Consecrated. Consecrated. Okay. So first, attitude in giving to the Lord. The next one is your belief on who God is. And the third is consecrated giving. Oh, sinong first honor? What's the meaning of consecration? Sino pong first honor? What's the For us who do not know what consecration means, please, you have to explain. Ano po consecration? Ano po ang consecration? Consecration. I'm consecrated. Help me. I don't know the meaning. Separated. Set apart. Separated, set apart for the glory of God. Nothing outside will touch of it. Para lang to sa Panginoon. Sa Kanya lang to. Kanyang-kanya lang to. This is just His. I set this apart for Him. This is just for Him. From this day forward, I'm not living for the world anymore. I'm living for God now. God is in charge of my life now. The world will not dictate who I am. The world will not dictate what will come out of me. The world will not dictate my future. I am set apart. I am consecrated. I now belong to the Lord. He is mine and I am His. Consecrated giving. And that's why we can give to the Lord. Because we know who we belong to. Not just believing. You can believe in the Lord. You can have a head knowledge of the Lord. But when you say, I belong to Him, it's different. The intimacy is different. So we say we're consecrated for the Lord. Separated from the world. Separated from the dictation of what the world is telling us for us to do. One very good example is not in the Bible. Her name is Terry. In the UK, my name is Teresita. In the UK, they pronounce my name as Teresita. Teresita. How cool! For the very first time, my name sounded so cool. Teresita. And they were calling me when I was new in the UK, and I'm not responding. Teresita. That could stop me because I don't understand. Anyway, okay. So, 2006, I was taken to A&E, Accident and Emergency Hospital, because of an allergic reaction. I don't know what I was allergic of. I just woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning. It feels like somebody's sitting on my chest. I went outside. I knocked at my housemates, and when they saw me, they didn't tell me anything. They just brought me to emergency room because I was swollen from head to toe. I'm red and like a Michelin man on that tires. I look exactly like that, they said. But they didn't take a photo because they're nice to me. They're my housemates. So I was taken to the hospital. Little did I know it's God's warning bells. I don't feel ill. I've never felt ill in my entire life. I'm not sick of anything. When I went there, my blood pressure was 220. I could have died. I'm a walking, ticking bomb. Bomb thing. Sorry. Yeah, not just that. Not just that my blood pressure was over the roof. My cholesterol was over the roof. And even the doctors were amazed that how come I can stand? How come I can live my life with the way that my body is already? And just so nice to testify about the goodness of the Lord, that God is truly amazing. Diba? Siguro dapat mamamatay na ako talaga eh. I was about to die, but then God has a purpose for me, has a plan for me. Diba? And He wants to fulfill it. He wants to do it. So that's why I was taken for an allergy. We never found out what I was allergic for. It's just God's way of bringing me to the hospital. Because I don't feel ill, no headaches, nothing. I don't feel anything. Nothing. Nothing to cause for concern that I should go to the doctor. I wouldn't go to the doctor. I'm a nurse, yeah? Very good nurse. But, you know, I went there and I was diagnosed with high blood pressure and high cholesterol. I was told that I'm not allowed to run. I don't like exercises. But that's how bad my body was. I'm not allowed to run. I'm not allowed too much excitement. I was given the highest dose of medications so that it can just all go down really quickly. I don't end up having cardiac arrest and a stroke. And a stroke, you cannot move your body anymore. Cardiac arrest, you're dead. Simple as that. Yeah? So I was taken. Yeah? So then, God has been so good. I've never felt ill in my entire life. And then I have this condition. I have high cholesterol. I have high blood pressure. And then 2 years, 3 years after that, yeah. Okay. I noticed. Don't do this. I don't want to frighten you, but don't do this later on. I look at my pee, my urine. Whenever I pee, there's bubbles in my urine. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know if you look at your urine. Please do not record this. Cut this out. Off the record, I look at my urine. There are bubbles in my urine. But I didn't feel anything. No pain. I could pee. The color is good, but there's just bubbles. So what can bubbles do? Nothing wrong with bubbles. They're so cute. My urine is cute. There's bubbles in my urine. Yeah? So, warning bells again from the Lord. So I've noticed that in a year after I moved to another unit, I resigned from my old work. I'm in orthopedic nursing, and I moved to intensive care nursing, ICU, critically ill patient. Okay. So before you can be a critically ill nurse, you have to go for trainings. So they will send us for training. Oh my goodness, I was sitting like one of you there, and the teacher was discussing kidney failure, bubbles in the urine. Kidney failure, bubbles in the urine. I wanted to cry. I was sitting there, God, that's me. They're talking about me. Kidney disease, failure. Not even illness. Not even your kidney is sick. The definition is failure. Yeah? So I went to my doctor. I had blood tests. It was proven I'm stage 3 kidney disease. You know what's wrong with me? I have autoimmune disease. My body thinks I don't own my kidney. It's been going on. I've been born with it. It's genetic. So the progression was really slow when I was younger. But now that you're older, I guess the progression is quicker. That's why I can see bubbles in my urine. So the bubbles are the protein. And then I was told that I'm actually killing my own kidney. My body is saying, you don't, this is not ours. This is not ours. So they're killing my kidneys. They're destroying my kidneys. And so I am kidney failure. Yeah? But never once did I feel pain. Never once did I have any difficulty. Never once did I suffer from all of this. Can I just clear that up? Never once was I off sick. Never once, yeah? So the treatment is worse. The treatment is autoimmune suppression. So, for us to fight viruses, for us to fight infection, for us to fight, you have to have a good immune system. My treatment is I'm going to suppress my immune system. So it means I am so open for attack. For 3 years, I went for that treatment. Never once was I sick. Never once was I sick. Kasi you're consecrated. I said, my life do not belong to me. My life will not be dictated by the conditions that I get from this earth. They will just be names, they will just be labeled, but it is still God who says who I am. Consecrated, I am set apart. I am for the Lord. I'm giving my best to God. And God will not stop me and let me not give my best because of all of this condition. He will never. They will come. They will come. Because we're still living on earth. Bodies are imperfect. Earth is imperfect. We're still here on earth. But the good thing is, I belong to God. I belong to the Lord. Never was I sick. And it's a funny thing at work as well. Because everybody will always get the flu. And I always say, oh, go get yourself some immunosuppressants. Because look at me. I'm not even sick. Never was I been off sick. Alright. So 3 years ago, I had my biopsy. They did a biopsy of my kidney. And praise the Lord, I am cured na po for my kidney. Yay! And the damage, because they were concerned about the damage. Because if you were born with this, yeah, I've met a 21-year-old guy in the Philippines, yeah. A 21-year-old guy in the Philippines, after 6 months of being diagnosed, he's dead. It's very deadly. 6 months, because you only see the signs and symptoms once it's worse. That's why I'm already stage 3. Pero may 5 stage. So, huwag pa po kayong umiyak. Hindi pa po ako ililibing. Meron ba? Malay niyo, bukas bumalik na si God. Yay! Bumalik na si Jesus. Bumalik na tayo. Anyway, so, in the Philippines, after 6 months, 21 years old, already in my late 30s, he died after 6 months. Why? Because the treatment is how much? 1 tablet, 6 years ago, 500 peso. 1 tablet. Treatment, 2 tablets per day. Amount, 1,000 per day. Times 3 years. Do you think I will live? Did I pay for my medication in the UK? Free. 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 Free because I belong to God. Shall we give a happy praise to the Lord? Free. It was free. I never paid for once. If God did not take me from the Philippines to the UK, yes, I would have died. Because the treatment I cannot pay. Even if I am a nurse in the Philippines, I cannot afford. 1,000 is a week salary. Right? Am I correct? In the Philippines, 1,000 is a week salary. So, a week salary for just 1 day of my treatment, I will not live. But because I give my best. Kasi pag-aaral na niya ako eh. Amen. Because I belong to Him now. So, I do what He says. Attitude, belief, belonging, and He does the rest. I only have a heart. May puso lang ako. Pusong gustong magbigay, bibigyan niya ako ng pera pambigay. Pusong gustong mag-offer, He will supply what I need to offer. Puso lang na gustong magpagamit, kahit may sakit, kahit matinding sakit. Somebody told me, you should have been depressed. But you know me, I love laughing. I love laughing so much. But then if you look at my past medical history, high blood pressure, chronic kidney disease, high cholesterol, and then recently I've been diagnosed with diabetes. All of these diseases would have just pulled me down. But I'm consecrated. Amen. I do not live according to what the world dictates. I do not live according to what science dictates. But I live according to who God has called me to be. And when God is calling you, He will empower you, He will resource you, He will strengthen you, He will guide you, He will lead you. You just needed a vessel and a heart. Who will live for Him, who will follow Him. So in the UK, if you have lots of past medical histories, you cannot mortgage. Hindi ka makakabili ng bahay. Kasi they think you're gonna die soon. They don't trust that you will be able to do the payments. Which is so true, right? Imagine diabetes, kidney, blood pressure, stroke. Sino pang pagkakatiwalaan to give you the amount for a mortgage? But would you believe somebody gave me a house and lot? In the Philippines, our house is standing on the lot of my aunt. She lives in Germany. I was telling you about her. She was the one who helped me study nursing. Our house is standing on her lot and next to her house. And my mom is getting worried because she's getting old and she's worried that if my auntie will sell the land, our house, we have to sell our house. We have to give this, it's not our land. So my mom was telling me, can you just speak to your auntie and try to buy the land where our house is standing? Yun lang ang heart namin. Just that part where our house is standing.